Mr. Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity for me to also add my voice and my support to the State of the Nation's address presented yesterday by the most hard-working ever in the history of this country, President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Mr. Speaker, it is quite interesting to sometimes listen to my brothers from the other side of the political divide argument when it comes to the performance of the Ghanaian economy, whether it is just a display of codology or intellectual dishonesty, worse still, unconscious incompetence on their part. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying this simply because you cannot, and I say again, you cannot play with figures when it comes to financial economics of any country in the world, because statutory bodies have records you cannot debate. And one thing that I actually appreciated most during our president's presentation was how he could put them in the right categories for even those at the bottom of our social stratification to understand what our president meant. Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the economy, it is an established fact without any debate or ambiguity that had it not been the COVID, Ukraine war, and other global issues, look at you. Our economy probably wouldn't have gotten to where we are today. Mr. Speaker, even in spite of the fact that the crisis has done some appreciable amount of bad to us, there are still some relevant, important economic performance parameters that nobody can challenge, that we are better than they left them for us. Policy rate that we inherited was 25.5 under their regime. Yes. In fact, first time in the history of this country that a government left a policy rate by the Central Bank of Ghana, which was bigger than lending rate today. It's never happened in our history. Yeah. Policy rate today, even with the crisis, it's about 17%. Yes. Mr. Speaker, T-bills for the same range or period of time, 22.5, now it's about 12-14%. Mr. Speaker, reserve was far less than 4 months. Now it's 4 months, so it's 4 months, 3 weeks. Mr. Speaker, talking about even the GDP growth, it looks as if the NDC were taught by the Einstein constant. In fact, when they were leaving power the year 2000, it was far less than 4%. The same figure when they were leaving recently. So even the fact that debt to GDP has dealt us some blow in terms of congesting our fiscal space, you realize that had it not been the impaired productivity, which cannot be attributed to mismanagement as a deceived Ghanaians, but the present leadership, there is no way, even Mr. Speaker, when it comes to debt portfolio alone, the NDC has the worst record